In our world today, it is nearly impossible to talk about the most successful tech companies of our time and not make one or two references to Amazon. The company, which was first launched in 1994, has gone on to become a global giant, redefining what it means to use the internet. More than just an online store, Amazon has branched out into other spheres including AI, media, delivery and logistics, technology, and much more. While all these branches of Amazon are largely successful, Amazon Web Services is one of the company's most globally renowned extensions. AWS, as it's more often called, is a globally preferred cloud platform that has grown into what you would call a cash cow sector. This platform now creates money-making opportunities for both the company and the users. But when did that happen, and what does it entail? This is a breakdown of how Amazon Web Services became the cash cow sector. We at Business Chronicles tell extraordinary business stories. Please subscribe to our channel to help us make more videos. In 2002, 8 years after Amazon was established, AWS was launched, and the company invited several web developers to build apps on their platform. Even though the technology wasn't yet fully embraced in those days, AWS was still met with a lot of interest both from the developers and potential users. By 2004, over 100 applications had been launched on the platform, a milestone that was unanticipated by its producers. In 2006, AWS launched its first cloud products like S3 and EC2, which was released right after. In the words of Andy Jassy, AWS founder and vice president, these first-generation services were built to save free developers the stress of worrying about where to store data, whether it will be safe and secure if it will be available when they need it, the costs associated with server maintenance, or whether they have enough storage available. Since 2006, AWS has continued to live up to this mission. And now, not just the developers but also private organizations, several big-shot companies, and even the government are clients of AWS. Their clientele spans almost 200 countries, and some of the most popular ones include Netflix, Adobe, Facebook, BBN, ESPN, etc. Today, AWS is one of Amazon's strongest revenue segments, generating $88 billion in 2023 net sales. And this value is expected to keep climbing steadily in the coming years. It is easy to launch a product into society and sensitize the public to its uses and effects. However, a product can only become successful when the user experience is great enough to retain customers. AWS has managed to provide impeccable services consistently, and this quality has reeled in millions of customers around the world despite the existence of several other popular competitors. One reason why AWS remains the top cloud provider is the fact that it provides an all-in-one kind of service. AWS provides a wider variety of applications than any other cloud provider. And what's more, these applications each have more features. Therefore, an AWS user has a more convenient user experience compared to other cloud providers. This makes moving existing applications and data to the cloud faster, more convenient, more time-saving, and more cost-effective. As aforementioned, AWS is stacked with several applications, each one giving the user an optimal experience. The first and perhaps most common application on this platform is storage and backup. Applications relating to storage are utilized mostly by business establishments. And the reason why AWS is a popular choice in terms of storage is that it offers multiple storage options to choose from. On top of that, all these options are easily accessible. AWS also serves as the host for the websites of many businesses, just like other web applications. It also features data management and analytics applications which are used by several companies to analyze and process their data. For example, Amazon QuickSight, Amazon Athena, Amazon Elasticsearch Service, AWS Glue, and several others. AWS also features artificial intelligence technology just like the popular Alexa. Examples of AI found on AWS include Amazon Lex, which offers voice and text chatbot technology, and Amazon Polly, which deals with text-to-speech translation and offers services similar to Alexa's voice services. There is also Amazon Rekognition, which analyzes images and faces. AWS also offers gaming and gaming technology services. Gaming is one activity that requires a lot of computing power, and many cloud services do not have the capacity to run multiple gaming applications. But fortunately, this is not a problem for AWS. This highly effective platform has enough computing power to handle the games of millions of clients at once, giving each one the best online gaming experience. Game developers are not left out as the platform allows them to develop games according to a gamer's performance and to host and store the game data. Other applications offered by AWS include mobile and social applications, messages and notifications, virtual reality, and of course, the Internet of Things. As we all know, online services with the most reasonable pricing model are engaged the most, and this is another reason why AWS is as successful as it is today. Their pricing model is not only affordable but also efficient and reliable. There are no long-term commitments and users are charged according to a pay-as-you-go system. As such, a client who uses a cloud server for 2 hours pays for those 2 hours. No extra cost or upfront cost is necessary. In addition, the total ownership cost of AWS services is offered at very reasonable rates when compared to other private cloud servers. Fortunately, AWS's profit generation is not one-sided. The customers can make money for themselves as well. Having an AWS certification opens up a person to several opportunities in the tech world. For example, these days, tech companies all across the world have a high demand for AWS experts and AWS consultants. On top of that, one doesn't have to be a consultant to monetize an AWS certification or experience. Besides working for high-end tech companies, a person with an AWS certification can work with online tutoring platforms like Coursera, Udemy, etc. to provide online AWS training. Another alternative is to publish ebooks or video tutorials teaching people who are enthusiastic about AWS. As long as your content is updated frequently and stays relevant, this could be a great source of passive income. Another way to leverage an AWS certification is to go into AWS consulting. This is a growing field in the tech industry, and freelancing is a great way to get into it. This way, you're the boss, you're in control of your hours, and you get to work with a wide variety of clients and on projects of different sizes. You also get the luxury of picking what projects you want to work on. Like other big tech companies of our time, Amazon Web Services did not have a glorious start, and it took years of dedication, consistency, and hard work to get to this point. It's also worth mentioning that the success of AWS is a result of Amazon's effort to adapt to the changing times and stay relevant. And even though the company is already established as a successful tech company, it is evident that this is only the beginning. We've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.